we're gonna work some puzzles today. Let's find my. All right, here we go. So currently rated 1800. All right, so this is the newest puzzle. Initially, what's jumping out at me is this check here. From there, he'd have to play king here. If he doesn't play king here, right? If he wanted to play, say, king here, I'm taking his rook for free. Um, So naturally, the move would be king to e2. So from there, I'm able to play knight to c3 and fork his king and his rook. So ultimately, I'd be going into an endgame rook versus bishop and knight. However, I don't know if that's necessarily the move. Or actually, no, that definitely is because my rook would be defending. So wait, but what if he plays? Wait, yeah, this is right. Okay, we're chilling there. All right, we're gonna see if we can get to 2,000 today. All right, so notice he's forking our rooks, right? That's a big no-no. We don't want that. Let's see though if we can like maybe do something about that. Initially, what jumps out at me is bishop b2. What this does is it pins his knight down so that he can't move, right? If I were to play bishop b2 and he moved his knight, right, that would put me directly in line with the king, right? So he can't do that. What would be maybe his response to this? To be honest, he doesn't really have one. If he were to play something like rook here, I would just take the rook, or I would take the bishop, sorry, or take the knight. And if and then if here, then here, and we're chilling, and I'm still attacking the rook. So I think this is the move. Yeah, so exactly. That was pretty easy. From here, notice he's only got one rook on this back rank. What immediately jumps out at me is this move, queen to f2. The reason it jumps out to me is because if rook takes, then here, and then rook back and mate. And if he plays a move like here, this would be the concern. I would play queen here, rook here, this, and then I would still be winning, right? Because we are going in rook, rook, and rook versus rook, rook, and queen versus rook, rook, and queen. So yeah, this is definitely the solution here. So that's checkmate. Okay, now we've got bishop and knight versus knight, knight, and queen. All right, so bishop and knight, bishop, knight, and queen versus knight, knight, and queen. Immediately what jumps out at me is this move. I don't know if that's the solution though, because he would take and then I couldn't take back. So I'm a little hesitant to follow up with that. Something we should note is that if I take here, right, he has to take back with his queen or his king, right? He has no other piece to take back with. So king here, then I get this nice move right here, which forks the king and the queen. So this is going to be our solution here, and we're gonna end up winning bishop and knight versus knight. So that's a big win for us. Okay, from here, let's see here. So takes here, takes, and this is a win for us. So that was pretty simple. If you missed that, the threat would be that he would take and then promote, but because I'm taking the knight, he can't take because if takes, then I'm winning the piece, right? And since he's going here, I can easily follow him and stop the promotion. Okay. From here, the threat would be that he would take and then after here, right? And this is just a whole something we don't want to deal with. So there's a lot of danger going on this side of the board. But if we played a move like maybe bishop here, right? Both of these squares are cut off, right? His only move would be king here. So let's think for a minute. What could we do from here? Um, that might not even be the solution. Okay, this is just the first thing that's jumping out at me. As we get a little higher rating, the puzzles will become more difficult. But this leaves him with the least amount of options, so we'll analyze this first. Sorry, so we're here. And then from here, what jumps out at me is this move. Because after this move, he can't take back because the rook would place him in check. And his queen, if queen takes, then the rook just takes here. So here, knight here, and then yeah, this is definitely the move because then he would be probably forced to this file when I would play knight takes on f3, which is a check here and then attacks the queen. So this is most definitely the solution. Okay, so we're moving up in rank. Okay, here's what we've got. We've got bishop, knight, and bishop, 2 rooks versus bishop, knight, bishop, and 2 rooks. So pretty equal. Let's think here. This could be potentially dangerous. We don't want to really worry about that. This would be if this is a huge threat right here. Because if here, then that forks the king and the queen, and I can't take here because of this. So we do have some threats here. Let's think logically for a minute. Okay, the queen might be trapped. Okay, if here, then now you still got this. So we have to deal with that. We have to keep that in mind. Ooh, I think I see it. So I think if queen takes pawn and we sacrifice the queen, I think that after knight here, I think that's checkmate. Because it's a double check. We're checking him with the bishop and with the knight. So from here, where can he go? Okay, he can't take back. He can't block. He can't play knight here. He can only move the king. So he can't. He would have to go back, which we would then play bishop h2 or bishop h7 mate. So that is a beautiful checkmate. And now we're at 1900. All right, now we're getting serious. From here, what's jumping out at me is this check. After here, this would be the move. We would. So we got the same amount of pawns. Our pawn structure is a little worse, but we do have. I think it's about the same actually. I'm pretty confident this check's gonna be the first move. Okay, because we're gonna be able to win the knight. But I want to figure out if we can keep the knight without giving up our knight. So I think it's gonna be here, right? And if this is the first move, then this will be the second move. Trying to figure out the follow-up. So here, right? And then this, I don't really think that's right. If here, here. Is that right? So here, this takes this, takes, well, gosh, this is a tough one. It might not even be that at all. It might be a completely different move. Okay, so I got that right. I was pretty confident that was going to be the first move. Now let's, so from here, takes. Oh, I see. So I'm going to play this. Or would I? Oh, wait, I don't even have to analyze that far. Okay. That's kind of a dumb puzzle. Okay, from here, we've got his knight is looking at our queen, which he would take that with check. So that's something to be aware of. Not only would he take it, he would take it with check. So he's looking at that. He also has a bishop. So we've got bishop and bishop versus bishop and knight. Each side has 2 rooks. I think the solution is likely here, because I think that's a forced mate. After here, which would be his only response, we would just take back. I think this is the solution. And then from here, it's just whether or not we take it with the queen or with the bishop or with the king. And I think it's going to be with the bishop, because if you take with the king, he has this, and then you're forced to either give up a bishop. Yeah, so it's definitely this. Okay. 1930. Okay, so first things first, he is pinning our queen down. This is an absolute pin, and what that means is we have absolutely no choice but to keep our queen on this square, because if we move, we're in check, right? So we can't move the queen. Now let's think for a minute. If we played pawn here, he would have to maybe move it here. Okay, that's an option. We don't want to give up the queen. We know that, but we can't move the queen, so we don't even need to look on that side of the board. Well, let's think for a minute. If here, okay, I think this is going to be the solution. I think it's going to be rook takes, because after pawn takes and queen takes, it's almost a forced mate. I think it is a forced mate, right? Because, oh fuck, oh gosh, come on, Max. Okay, that pisses me off. Okay, so here, this, and then this, maybe, and then we win the queen. Yeah, that looks right. What? I'm getting careless. Oh, he didn't go back to that square. Oh, I'm stupid. He went back to a different square than I thought. Okay. There we go. Because the reason behind that move is if rook takes, then rook up. Okay, we're back under the 1900 mark max. Get it together. Okay. Stay focused. Initially this jumps out to me because, all right, say he played a move like this, then this would be mate. So from here, he would, let's think all the ways he can control this square. He can be either here or here, and that's it. If he goes here, we take. If he goes here, then we take. He doesn't have any checks either. So I think this is the move. Okay. From here, I didn't even think about this. I think we just take, and then we win a bishop. Okay. All right. Pawns, pawns, pawns. Okay. This will be a Zugzwang puzzle, most likely. And let's think. So if here, then this, and then it's a draw, I think. Maybe not. No, because then we have back, and then king here, this, and then, yeah, I think this is correct. Yeah. So that's kind of a that was kind of a difficult one to understand. But it's a Zugzwang puzzle, meaning I forced him into that position. So from here, first thing I notice is that his king's on a light square and our bishop's on a dark square. So we're not going to be able to fork him, or we're not going to be able to place a check with here, with this move, or with this piece. So initially what I'm thinking is that we're looking also that this pawn is about to promote. So we can look at that too. We can also look at the fact that this pawn is the only thing defending this rook. So let's just imagine we take here, and then this. That isn't nothing concrete there jumping out to me. What about this? This could be it. We takes back this, and then if he can't play here because we take, he can't play here. I think that's the solution. I think it's this. Okay. 1932, come on. All right, first thing I notice, we're pinning this bishop. Our bishop is under attack. If this rook was not here, it would be mate. No, it wouldn't actually, because we've got this. I think it's going to be this. And then here. Let's think here. What if it's here? This is kind of a tough one. Rook here. Right, rook d1. Rook takes. Rook takes. King here. Rook here. And we have to watch this mate threat the whole time. We have to check him. This pawn might have to come to this square. He might have the option to castle this whole time. But then, no, that wouldn't work. This is hard, bro. I don't know. I'm just gonna play something and hope it works. Okay, maybe it's the okay. It was this? Oh no, it wasn't. Here. And then oh my gosh. I was taking it with the wrong rook. Wow. Okay. This here. Here. Okay. Here, 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 here. This. This. And then is that mate? Yeah, I think that's mate. Oh my gosh, bro, I'm sped. Oh. Okay. Clearly, oh my gosh, I'm dumb. My queen's at. I should have went through it before the match. Okay. If I do move the bishop, it'll have to be here, because if I don't, then he just takes. That was a dumb play by me. So we're here. Then it. Oh, okay. Oh no, we're just taking. Okay. Back to 1894. Come on, Max. Get it together. Okay, so he's honestly about to promote his pawn. He doesn't have any checks. That's something to think about, right? We can't go here. Can't there. So we might make a quiet move. Quiet move is a move that doesn't capture a piece and it's not a check. So it might be. Let's think for a minute. I don't think his queen's trapped. This is the first move that jumps out to me, because it puts us in line right here, and there's like, oh, something feels off. Alright, here, and then we'll just say a move like this, and then this. Oh my gosh, bro. Why do I have to drop 2 puzzles in a row, bro? Hmm. Oh my gosh. Okay. There are no checks for me. Okay. Let's think about it. Okay, let's look at attacks. So there you got that. Okay. Oh, what if it's here? That would be mate. I bet this is the move. Because fuck yeah, that's a tough move to find. Um, it was a quiet move. I was correct. Um, so here are the facts. This helps me. So he's attacking my knight. Um, if my queen could teleport to right here, it'd be mate. My queen cannot teleport right there though. What else? I could put his king under attack, right, his queen under attack with, so here, then his logical defense would be a move like maybe here or here. I feel like this might be the move. This is that's a hard move to find though. Logically, his defense would be maybe here. Right, if there, then maybe here. Because he could go here. So maybe I would play here. In which he would play this. But then I would have that move. I think I'm overcomplicating this. There's probably a simpler solution to find. Let's think. What about rook here? King takes. Queen here. King back. Bishop here. Or what if I just play bishop here immediately? Or I have this. kicks the king out. Queen would go back to here, I presume. Or he would check me this. Fuck. Might be here. But then this. Maybe it's this. Oh, it's so easy. I'm stupid. It's a simple, oh my gosh, bro. Okay. If here, then this. Because then takes is mate. So it's not that. Potentially it could be this. Let's see. Okay, we've been playing for 30 fucking minutes. Okay, let's just imagine we stack the queen. No, that won't work. Okay. Queen controls these squares, rook controls this, and this. Alright, got a battery here. Wait. It is here. Because after this, I don't have to go back. Oh, that's crafty. Alright, queen's attacking this. Queen defends. Rook defends this square. Rook's not really doing anything on that square. Let's see. Knight attacks this. Knight also attacks this fork. Let's think. We're not going to be able to pin this queen because our bishop's on a light square. start with checks. This is a check. I don't see anything concrete there. This is a check. And after takes, either takes or takes, I don't see anything concrete there. This is a check. Don't see anything concrete there. This could be something. This would protect the knight. I'm not seeing much other than that. Maybe it's here. Pawn can't take. Oh, I bet this is it. Can't go there or there. Okay, queen's trapped. And then from here, what's the solution now? Because you can't, it's not done just yet. You still have to think about this last move. Because I could play here, 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 and then I think I could be fine. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, 1944, come on. This seems pretty standard. King here, rook here, and then okay. Maybe it's not. No, surely it is. So king, rook, there, king here. Oh, yep, this is it. Okay. So it's this, and this. Because now he can't go to any of these squares because he would be put into check by my own king. So then my pawn can just freely walk up. Okay, 1987, let's go. Okay. Okay, so rook and rook versus queen and queen. Both have 3 pawns. My structure's worse. Immediately what jumps out to me is this and here. After this, he doesn't have any checks. And but that's not a winning position. But I would win a pawn. I would win a pawn. I would like to not drop any more points because I've already worked to get my points up. What if it's here? Because this would be mate. I bet that's it. Because this wouldn't be it. It's probably this. Yeah. Okay. All right. 1969. Here. Not mate. But it would, after this, what if it's here? His move would be this, which I'm playing this. I don't think he has any other legal move besides maybe here. So this, alright, he can't go here, here. He can't take the rook. He can't go here or here. Can't take. So he really can only block, in which I'm taking. And then he's here. After that, I'm taking the queen. Okay. Okay, 12 points, 81. Come on, Max. Okay. Let's try and get this fast because then I think I can get more points if I do it quicker. Is that mate? I think so. Well, I'm not trying to do it fast. Oh, and it didn't even give me more points. It should be here, takes. No, that can't be it. I think it has to be this. And then I think you have to play rook takes first. Yes. And then, boom, yeah, 2005, a couple years before I was born. Alright, thanks for watching.